What is up everyone, and welcome to the quick video that is explaining the new layout I will have for my playthroughs that are going to be starting up within the next couple weeks or so. So right now I'm just sitting in a black void. I'm going to be going through the entire process because right now this black void that I'm sitting in is where the normal game stuff is normally going to be happening. So what I'm calling this area is called the game screen. I'll make sure I'll show a picture and everything. I did show a picture on Facebook. However, that picture is slightly outdated because I changed the setup since then. When nothing else is going on, and it's just the gameplay, this game screen here that you're seeing, where I'm at right now, is going to be having all the gameplay that I do in my playthroughs. My face cam will actually be down in the bottom right corner of the screen, so it'll be down around here where my hands are now. Now, if you remember looking at that picture on Facebook, which I actually posted a few months ago, I think, you'll notice that in the top left corner, up around here, there is a row of other little boxes. These are called game window. What will be going on in the game window is whenever there is spoken dialogue, which I really don't want to just sit through, and I want to actually get along with the rest of the game, show combat and other gameplay elements instead of sitting and being bored because of all the dialogue in games, because people find some strange importance in having a ton of dialogue and huge story in games these days. So in order to skip by those without cutting them out, including trading systems where I buy stuff or sell stuff to a store, instead of cutting those out or speeding them up, I will instead be putting them up in that window and they will have their audio. The game screen itself, which is what will be going on when those windows are up there, it will have the gameplay, as I already mentioned. The game screen will have no audio while those windows are playing and having their audio played. The exception to this is trading stuff, so buying and selling. However, this will only start about 40 videos into my Skyrim playthrough, which is going to be the first playthrough I start releasing when playthroughs return. Trading stuff will end up being silent while the game screen itself will have the audio, because I found that trading is actually kind of useless and pointless to have audio on, and it's a lot harder to actually plan for all of the silence or commentary removal sections that I have to do during editing in order to make those game windows actually available. As for the picture I uploaded to Facebook being outdated, you will see that instead of this layout where there's 3 smaller boxes, all of equal size, you will instead see it go to this layout where the main game window 1, is much bigger. Game window 2 will be smaller, and game window 3 will be the same size. However, if there are more clips to be shown than just 3, then there will be a little plus, and as they slide over, until there are no more clips to be shown, that plus will remain there. But when there are no more clips to be shown, that plus will be removed, and all the clips that are coming up will be shown as a still image. The only one that will move will be game window 1. So an example of this is, well, now that I'm in game window 1, you can see how it works. What if I'm finished with game window 1? Then what happens? Is that second one just going to suddenly be bigger, or is it going to slide over? Well, I think I already mentioned it's going to slide over, so let's go ahead and see what that looks like when it slides over. So you can see that game window 1 is finished and the plus has now gone away. My face cam's down in the bottom right corner, I'm just acting like an idiot. And of course there's stuff going on in the main game screen itself. Mostly it's gameplay, showing the difference between 30 frames a second and 60 frames a second gameplay footage, because I will be using 60 frames per second gameplay footage. So sliding over to game window 3, obviously it changes the name as it slides over. So first it was game window 1, then it was game window 2, now it's game window 3, and you can see there's still a second game window there. Game window 2. It's still available, because there is a plus sign. And finally, the final one, the one that was hidden with the plus sign, game window 4, basically, which doesn't really have a name because it doesn't really have a game window. So I'll only be referring to game window 1, game window 2, and game window 3. But of course, they will all eventually become game window 1, as this current one is. And of course, when the game windows are all finished, Facecam will just return to having its audio actually match its commentary. However, the Facecam will change along with those game windows. So when there's audio coming from the game window 1, the Facecam will be lined up with my commentary audio to match what is going on in game window 1. And to give you guys a better example of this, let's go ahead and just throw a piece of my playthrough right into this video right here so you can take a look. You're going to be watching main game screen. I'm going to pause this timer here real quick. Hello. And I gotta run over to, wow, okay. Freaking lag there because of the graphics mod. I'm pretty sure this game would be running fine in Whiterun and areas like this, just perfectly fine if I didn't have all the foliage added and everything. And I still hate how dead this tree looks. Kind of dumb. So I go help. So hopefully they did. Did you? Okay, so they did actually restock. Got some stuff sold, and I got to run over to the other blacksmith shop because they should have restocked as well. And I think I don't know. Let me check. No, I forgot to put stuff in the breeze home too. I keep forgetting to put smithing stuff. And these stairs here, so we're going to do that. Yes, smithing stuff. So seems nice. So yes, that helps. Run down this horizontal. Your random sales are it. Or test I can sell. Or side and itch. And ingots. Or dragon claw. Okay. Leather strips. So of course you can see there that there was game window 1, game window 2, game window 3, and a plus sign. And along with game window 1 was my commentary. The quality of my commentary, as well as the volume level of my commentary, and the volume level of the game itself, everything about the playthrough will increase in quality as time goes by, with the maximum quality and perfect level of volume being around part 40 of the playthrough. The reason for this is because I have been going through a lot of different changes to try and improve this and sort of refine this new sort of playthrough method. But of course, there's still also the frame rate. So in the game screen, you're now seeing another comparison between 30 frames per second on the left and 60 frames per second on the right. This is the exact same footage. The only difference between them is that in the editor, I set one to run at 30 frames per second and the other is running at 59.94 frames per second, which is essentially 60 frames per second, but a little lower just so YouTube makes absolutely sure to stick it at 60 frames per second. Of course, if you are not running at 720p or 1080p, then you are not seeing this 60 frames per second difference. You must run at 720p or 1080p in order to see the difference, because currently YouTube only allows 60 frames per second playback on 720p and 1080p, as well as 1440 and 4K. However, I'm not uploading in 1440 or 4K yet. I might sometime in the future, but right now it's only going to be 1080p 60 frames per second. So with the exact same footage, spinning around in circles, running around, you can see there's a significant improvement over having 60 frames per second versus using 30 frames per second. Hopefully this makes the videos far more enjoyable and a lot easier to watch, just much smoother and something you can feel a lot more enjoyable, especially just the way it feels in your eyes looking at something that's 60 frames per second versus 30 frames per second. Of course, you may have also noticed that Skyrim looks a lot different than its vanilla form, its unmodded form. So what does this mean? Well, sometime after getting into the Skyrim playthrough, it started off modded this time around because the game's been out since 2011. A short while after getting into it, I used ENB, and as well as some lighting mods, other lighting mods to go along with ENB, which work well together. This drastically increases the quality of the graphics. However, it does mean that the frame rate will drop to 30 frames per second in some areas. There are a few areas where it will actually go into the 20s. However, this is not a huge deal because the majority of the time it's actually going to be running up around 50 or 60 frames per second. So the frame rate will actually still be noticeable. And you may also notice in the top right corner is the frame rate I will be having with Fraps. This is going to be new for every one of my videos. From now on, I will be recording with Fraps displaying the numbers in the top right corner of the video. I am recording with Shadowplay. However, as a backup, just in case Shadowplay messes up, I also have my external AVerMedia Game Capture HD2 recording. However, the only difference between Shadowplay and my AVerMedia is that my AVerMedia records at 30 frames per second. So if something happens to the Shadowplay footage, then I will be forced to resort to using the 30 frames per second footage from my AVerMedia Game Capture HD2. This is only meant as a backup just in case something happens to Shadowplay. So far, over 45 videos recorded, I think, and nothing is wrong with Shadowplay. So if you guys enjoy this new layout for playthroughs, or if you guys have any questions or comments on it, or you just want to get ready and see it in action, see the playthrough, if you guys want to see any of it, go ahead and let me know in the comment down below. And of course, the playthrough will start releasing sometime near the end of this month. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to let me know with a comment, like, subscribe, and or a share. And I will see you guys on the next weekly vlog or on some other video. But until then, I will see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.